Alright, everybody, so today I'm going to be talking 2019 New York Yankees, but first I will give the New York Mets an honorable mention for going after Diaz and Cano. They were able to dump Bruce, which I thought was, him coming out of Cleveland. Hot bat, had a good year. Um, Paid too much money for him. I know Cano's getting too much money, but at least Seattle's sending over $40 million along with him, and they're getting a top five relief pitcher, top five, top 10 relief pitcher in the big leagues, who I think is the highlight of the trade, to be honest with you. And then they're getting Robinson Cano, who is coming off suspension for substance abuse, but the guy's just got a sweet swing, and he can really pick it at second base. And maybe 3-4 years from now, if the range is bad, he's been playing first. So I think that was a good move for them. I think they should keep Syndergaard. I think they're going to get some really good years out of Noah and DeGrom and Wheeler, for that matter, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Second half last year, even better than Jacob DeGrom. So they have some bright spots. Maybe they get rid of Vargas. Frazier, you could argue. I don't know who would take him with that money, but I would slide him to first base in this scenario and have McNeil play third. Yeah, I think they need to go out and get some more bats and maybe go after Andrew Miller and Ottavino or Robertson. I'd add two arms in the bullpen, and I'd really go after some more bats for them because they have a chance to really contend in the NL East right now. Because, yeah. So I don't think that the Phillies are in on Machado. They could be, but they just went and got Segura. So that might have been, them going into the winter meetings with a starting shortstop saying, we're not going to overpay for Machado, which meanwhile the Phillies are going to be the team that will drive the price up for Bryce Harper and Manny Machado or Patrick Corbin or Keuchel, or Happ, you name it. Them and the Nationals are going to drive the price up for the New York Yankees. Ultimately, some of those players are going to pick the New York Yankees because they won a championship. The Phillies are going to end up like the Miami Marlins. Mark my words. Heard it here first. They're going to spend money. They're going to get their fans' hopes up. And they're going to suck for a number of years. They're not even going to compete with the Braves. And they're probably not going to compete with the Mets because the Mets actually have a GM now that is willing to make some moves. So, all right. Yankees now, Paxton. I like the deal a lot right now. At the beginning, I was a little upset because I was a big Sheffield fan, but we're in a win-now situation. We just saved a lot of money because we got a quality. I mean, he was an ace for Seattle, but quality number 2, 3 guy right now. And he's a strikeout machine. He can throw heat. He's up at 97, 96, 98. Throws hard. And the only concern is 160 innings. But we'll see. I think that we go out and we sign Corbin. Today is Monday night. I think we go get him tomorrow. I think they announce it tomorrow. I think definitely before the winter meetings on Saturday. Corbin is the guy we go for. He realistically deserves probably like a 5-year, 100 mil, and he's probably going to get 6 to 7, probably 6, 120 million. Let's do it. The guy is great, got good upside. Have him until he's 36 years old. He's a lefty, strikeout machine again, filthy slider, and really liking that we're incorporating these lefties. But I want lefties in this lineup, more importantly. So, in terms of this lineup, I got leading off playing center field, Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks finally had a breakout season last year, 27 home runs. Batting average wasn't where we wanted it to be, but he was clutch. He was batting third for us some games in the playoffs, and he also had injuries, so can't knock him there. If he stays healthy, he's my leadoff guy, switch hitter up there, amazing center fielder. To think we got him for J.R. Murphy. Come on, Cashman, I love you, buddy. Batting second, Aaron Judge in right field. Looking for him to stay healthy and have a monstrous season. An amazing person and ball player. Batting third, playing left field, Bryce Harper. The reason I do this is because I personally think that he's the best fit. I know on paper or whatever you want to say, Machado's the best fit because of our infield predicament, our middle infield predicament. He would play shortstop. And you know what? Am I going to be ecstatic if we sign Manny Machado? Of course. He's an outstanding ball player, and he's going to hit the ball out to right field also. Left, it doesn't matter that he's not a lefty. But I just think that Bryce Harper playing at Yankee Stadium is going to be something really special, something really historic. He's probably going to average 45 home runs a season here. I have no doubt about it. He's going to be a monster with that 314 down the line right short porch. It's going to be unbelievable. In that situation, I think we use Clint Frazier as a trade piece. I am a big Clint Frazier fan, but when Bryce Harper is on the free agent market, it's tough, man. But I don't want to keep Frazier on the bench. That's the problem. It's not really fair to him, to be honest. But listen, maybe use him in a trade piece to get Real Muto or Goldschmidt or another pitcher. Talk about that later. Stanton, batting fourth DH. Honestly, guys, didn't have that bad of a year last year. I remember the 5 strikeout games. I understand. But he had a home runs, RBIs, batting average. Better than Bryce Harper, and better than Bryce Harper last year. So we got to cut him some slack there. I don't think we trade him to the Dodgers, this, and that. He can play left field from time to time in NL games. He's a solid guy to have. I think he's going to have a better year next year. He played a lot more defense than he anticipated probably, but I'll cut him some slack. 5, batting fifth, playing second base, Daniel Murphy. Get it done. The guy is a gamer. Perfect lefty in that lineup. Even if we don't get Bryce Harper, which is highly likely that we don't get him, Murphy should be signed. We need at least 2 lefties in there. That is the perfect player in that lineup. The defense up the middle is going to take a hit. I understand that. But by the metrics, wasn't so great last year, to be honest with you guys. He can play the 2 positions we need most that have the biggest question marks, second base and first base. He hits for average, and he situationally hits, unlike a lot of these players on the team. Gary Sanchez, Giancarlo Stanton. Sign him to a 3-year, $37.5 million. I don't know if that's accurate, but get him on the team. Gary Sanchez batting 6th, catching. For me, guys, this is his last chance at catcher. If he does horrible this season, I don't know what we're gonna do. That's why I really would ponder the thought of acquiring Real Muto if the cost is right, and I don't want to give up too much for him, but keep Gary. And have him play. How hard could it be to learn first base? Okay, I'm not putting down first base. But Mark Teixeira was an unbelievable defensive first baseman. Greg Bird ain't no Mark Teixeira, and neither is Luke Voigt defensively. They're just not. So maybe Gary could figure out over there, stay healthier, keep his hamstrings healthier, his knees. And I have a lot of confidence that he's going to hit next year. He's going to mash. I really do think so. He started picking it up second half and in the playoffs. Showed that power. Andy Hart batting second, playing third base. Love the guy. I want to keep him. I want his defense to get better, and I think it will. And he got robbed this year for the Rookie of the Year, and he's an unbelievable hitter. And I'm excited for him next year, as well as Luke Voigt penciling in batting 8th, playing first base, because he's proven it to us that he's the opening day starter, pending he does terrible in spring training. It's his job to lose right now. I would like to use him in a trade piece, though. I mean, for those 2 guys, Goldschmidt, Real Muto. Goldschmidt could happen, guys. Although I would prefer these lefties in this Yankee Stadium, it's kind of a sin not to have these 2 amazing lefties in there, Murphy and Harper. Torres batting 9th, playing shortstop. I have confidence in him to play short next year until Didi comes back, and I think that he's going to have another unbelievable season. 25 plus homers, 80 plus RBIs. He's going to play a good shortstop, and he's going to be a solid guy for us for the years to come. We got the bench. We got Romine, solid catcher. Gardner, keeping him as a guy that's not going to start more than 2 days a week because he's just not going to do well in a situation where he's a starter. And I think that's what Boone has in mind for him as well. But nonetheless, perfect guy on the bench. Amazing leader. Brings speed and amazing defense off the bench. Tyler Wade as your infielder because we parted ways with Torreyes. Horrible move. Love the guy. But Wade is either going to be a starting second baseman if we don't address the situation, or he'll be on the bench. Ellsbury, do I even need to say anything? The guy's an absolute waste. An absolute waste. An absolute waste. I'm not even going to bring anything up about him. Get rid of him and pay him. I know he's an omen. If you're going to pay him. But get rid of him. He's not going to be on this 25-man roster. He don't deserve it. Sign a guy that's his game's based on speed. When he's 30 years old, sign him to a 7-year deal. That makes sense. Okay, Greg Bird, question mark because he's on the bench. Personally, if we're not going to make Greg Bird the opening day starter, and he's not going to figure it out, he's not going to thrive on the bench. There's no point in having him there. Give him a fresh start if we're not going to go through with him. It's really one of the saddest things watching him now, but let's hope he can flip it around because that would be huge. A huge lefty bat in that lineup. Think about it. He was our number 3 hitter penciled in last 2 years opening day. Never worked out. Rotation, Severino 1, Paxton 2, Tanaka 3, Corbin 4, Sabathia 5. The reason we got to get Corbin is because if we go out and get Hap, and he's struggling to give you 170, Paxton's struggling to give you 170, Sabathia is around 150 innings if he's lucky. That's not, we need workhorses. If we're going to have Paxton inching up to 180 this year, Sabathia, we don't know how much he's got left in the tank, guys. Bullpen, Holder, Green, Canley's got a question mark next to him because we might use him in a trade piece, but he was unbelievable for us 2 years ago. So hopefully he can turn around. That's huge. It's one less guy we have to sign. Tarpley as your lefty, potentially. Loziga, potential righty, long relief, as well as Herman, as well as Sessa. David Robertson, potential. I like the guy. I just don't want to overpay for him. And I do like Ottavino also. Chapman and Betanzas. I would like to sign either Miller or Britton, preferably Miller. I think it's nice to have a lefty in there. We really don't have lefties in this bullpen right now. Except for Chapman, but he's not a lefty specialist. He's your closer. All right, and that's it for tonight. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have news on Corbin, and I will be back to you guys then. Alrighty.